next question was that why you want to study in our university, like why you chose this university. So what I would suggest it that you have to actually praise the university, fully praise it from every angle, every positive statement you can acquire, learn, read from anywhere. Just read all the positive statements, just praise them to the hell and tell that this was the best option, is the best option. I don't want to go anywhere else because all the amazing qualities this university is having. So what I said that I have chosen this university because this university has first class education, all the modern facilities, teaching, the student teaching ratio, the rapport of the student teachers, the support this university provides to the students, and it lies at the heart of this city or something like that. It is situated there. And then also you can say that this university has been awarded, if it has received any awards like that, then all the positive things. University has so much ranking, so this is very important that I will suggest you 2 rankings. I went through the Guardian rankings, the complete university guide rankings. So you have to say the ranking is also recently very good, and the feedback from the students is very good. The online portals, they mention so much good about this university. And yes, whenever you mention any online website or anything, you have to provide them that what was the link of the website, because they are going to ask you this. They will not support any generic or natural answers, in the sense that you cannot say that I searched on the Google. No, you have to provide very researched and very to the point answers. Like, I read this on this website, tell the name of the website. I went through the website of the university. I talked to the alumni, I talked to the other students, the current students through, and they'll ask you how you contacted them. You can go that on the university site, the university's website. There is a page where you can chat with the students. Then there are some groups, some Facebook groups and some Instagram groups, some WhatsApp groups. There I have joined them and I have discussed with the students. They have told me that this is the best university, you should choose this option, like that. The sources should be absolutely correct, because she is going to type on the internet right away. If you've said that I have seen the ranking of the university on this website, the Guardian, she's immediately going to type that. Chuck, 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 chuck. Okay, fine, the information is right. And if you're wrong, she might tell you that, she might not tell you that. If he or she is telling you that, then they'll tell you, are you sure? I think you're not sure, but I think you have said the information wrong. This is not the thing, this is the thing. Then you're trapped. You're locked in. If she rejects, he or she, or it's okay with them. But the information should be right. And if you are confident in yourself, that you know that the information you have provided after going through that sources is correct, you can also cross-question them that, no ma'am, this is not the case. I think you are seeing some different website. This is the website, open it because I've seen it, so this is the true answer. So that you can also do, but that comes with confidence and your hard work. Because you know you have studied like that, something like that, and you can also kind of like just kind of cross-question them too. And also they're going to ask you after this question that which other universities did you apply for or you looked for. There are difference between two questions. Like they can just ask you that which universities you have researched, which other universities with the similar courses. Doesn't matter you have applied or not. That's one question. Second question can be, have you applied to any other university? So the questions are kind of similar but kind of different. You have to mention the name of other universities. So I just chose 2 other universities, and I would suggest you choose universities whose ranking is lower than the university you have applied. Like if your university ranks 50 on the Guardian or the other university ranking list, you choose some university like 60, 65, and then you can say that the university I have applied for, like your university, the ranking was better, the student response was better, the student feedback was better, the online survey and the response there was better, the ranking is better, because they're going to ask you that which university you applied for, tell the name, what was the ranking, and our ranking, okay, like that. So if you are mentioning any universities, research about it very well. I have not been asked any question about the fee structure, but other students, they have been they were asked the question like, okay, you have applied to other university, they had the similar course like us, okay, what was the fee structure of that university? Then there can be a problem. And also I will suggest you to say exact numbers. Don't say the fees is approximately 13,000 or 600 pounds or something. No. If the fee of the other university is 14,000 pounds, you have to say 14,000, because immediately she's gonna just check on a computer and she's gonna reject you right away. Because I have heard about a case of a student who was rejected just because of this minor mistake that he gave a generic answer. The fee structure, suppose, of the university he mentioned was 14,000 pounds. He just mentioned it is approximately around 13,600 pounds, and he was rejected only for this minor mistake. I told you, no generic answers, research, to the point answer, correct answers, because her computer is on, she's gonna check that right away. So yes, I mentioned 2 other universities and I went through it very well, like the ranking of the university, it was lower than the university I applied for, the fee structure, the course start date, and why I did not choose that university. Of course, that the ranking is lower, then the fee structure was higher, the modules were better in this course, because you can find similar courses, but the modules can vary. So you can say the modules, I like these modules much better than that. Then you can also tell about the scholarships if you have got and you are not getting that in other university, then you can say that I did not get scholarship in that university, but in your university I was getting. Then the fee structure was still out much affordable for me here. But I think you should miss this point. Don't say about fee, because they may think you are looking for a cheaper option. No, better keep that in a very, keep this point, or just don't say it, or if you want to say it, it should be your last point to be mentioned. So just say them that university ranking, location, course modules were better here, and just like that, the ranking matters a lot. Okay, so I said that I just mentioned 2 other universities and I had researched about it very well. Don't give generic answers, please give correct answers, exact answers. She is going to check right there and then. I'm telling you this, okay? Because one student was rejected because of it, so please keep this in mind. So one thing I want to tell you, that in my case, what happened, I did some, I think, extra research in the sense that when she asked me that what's the ranking of our university, like university I applied for, precast interview I'm giving for, she told me, I said the ranking is this, suppose it's 80. She told me, are you sure? Because the ranking is not 80. I got confused. I said, why is she saying that? Yesterday only I checked it 80. She said it's 83. Then I said, okay, then there is a trap. She's trying to confuse me maybe, or maybe she is checking on some wrong website. And I said, okay, I got it, ma'am. Actually, then I told her, excuse me, ma'am, I want to correct you here that you are maybe seeing a wrong table or a wrong website, or maybe you are seeing the old rankings. The ranking which you are saying, 83, is absolutely correct, but that ranking is for the year 2020. And because we are in 2021 and the current and the new rankings have been released, the new ranking is 80 only. The university ranking has risen to 3 places. So you are not wrong, but I think you are checking the old rankings, not the updated one. So I would recommend you to check the 2021 rankings. Then she checked again, and then she said to me, yes, you're right, okay, that was the old ranking. So don't get confused. Ask them, do your research properly, because they will just type, I think that's what I understood, that they must have typed directly ranking of this university like that, and she must not have checked that whether it was 2020 or 2021. I said it is 83, she said 83. I said it is 80, she said it is 83. So both were correct, but there was some minor trick in that. So keep this in mind. So I corrected her, ma'am, you are also right, I am also right, but you are seeing the last year's, I am telling you the current ranking. So kindly please check that. That's how I think you should deal with it. And this is only going to come when you have done your research very, very well, very well. So yes. Then the another question to me was like, why do you want to come to the UK? Why not any other country? So here my case was that I've been to UK back in 2018. So that was a very that was the prime reason for me to actually choose this country, because and also been, you can say any answer in this, like if you have someone studying there, some distant relative or close relative, some research of your own that you have to compare about the UK education, Australia, US, Canada, anything. So that is up to you. But I did not say, I just straight away gave the answer that I went back in 2018 there, and then there I decided that if ever I'm going to pursue my educational further education, I'm going to study in UK only. So I did not think of any other option. But you can also compare the list, and you should do that actually. I did not do it because I thought that my straight answers will be enough to tell them that that's the reason I did not even look for any other option. But I will suggest you to do it because UKVI or immigration officer may ask you this question, why not any other country? So you have to compare, like education system, the fee structure, the work system, everything, and some students' experiences. You can say anything like that. That is a must. That's your own research. And then she also asked me about the, the UK visa rules, like if you're allowed to work or not. Do you want to work? Then they'll ask you this question: do you want to work? Because there is a provision of working also, because you're on a student visa, so it's a student come work visa. So I said, I know the provisions, I know the rules of the immigration, and but my aim is not to go and work there. My aim is to actually study. Only and only if I have time and if I want to have some kind of experience, then only I will work. So don't straight away tell them that you want to work. That will give a very negative impression. That's what I've also heard from other students and even some seniors, that no, you should never show them that you will work and you're here for work. You're there for study. You're on a student visa. You're on an educational visa. You're going there to study. Don't show them that my study is secondary and work is primary. So just tell them I'll only do that if I need it, in the sense as an exposure, or if I have time. And then also tell them, yes, I know the rules, like how many hours I am allowed to work, and on holidays how many hours then I am allowed to work. Because on regular, I'm talking about the current rules, you're allowed to work for 20 hours a week in your regular days, and on holidays it doubles, like you're allowed to work for 40 hours. So you can tell them, but you don't say them that you are interested. You can tell the rules, you can tell the norms, but don't say that I am going to do that, or I'll do that, like that, or I'm interested to do that, nothing like that. Keep it very natural, in the sense like my sole aim of coming to your country is to get education and move ahead with my career plans, yeah. Keep this in mind, please. Then my another question was, do you have any relative in the United Kingdom? I said no, I have no relative. Though I have relatives, I know people there. There are many people from India who are settled there, and we know them very well. But I said to say that no, because then again they're going to ask you further details, like the address, and you're going to meet them. Are they going to support you? What? So better say no. Straight away no. No questions. I know no one. I'm alone, I'm going alone. That's all what matters when you go there. Because actually I don't think so that anyone's going to help you. It's only your parents' money, and you yourself. And if by luck or by God's grace you meet some good people in life, then they can help, in any situation you are. But I said no, complete no. That's up to you if you want to say or not. And if you want to say, research about it, where they live, what they do, how you know them, you think they're going to help you, like that. But to avoid all this question and further research, I simply said no. I know no one. That's another question was that how are you going to fund your studies? Like who is sponsoring you? So in my case, it was my mother. It is my mother, or was my mother. So I said that's my mother, and then they're going to ask you that is she working? If yes, working, yes. They'll ask you about your salary, the yearly income, and if she's not working, then they're going to ask about the pension. In my case, my mother just superannuated 3 months back, like from the date of my interview. I said that she superannuated 3 months back. Then she's going to ask you about the pension. Then I said, because she hasn't applied for her pension, it is under the application to apply for the pension is under process, because I just gave her a valid reason that the secretary, the head who was to sign my mother's document to apply for pension actually died because of COVID. So there no new secretary was appointed, but just few days back someone new is gone appointed. So now she has actually applied for the pension, and in the next few months she's going to get her pension also. So currently I don't know how much pension she's gonna get, but the application is under process. So I just told her exactly what actually is or was going with me that time. So she's going to ask you if your parents are retired, your pension, everything, details, if they are working, their current salary and everything, and how they are going to fund. So I told them everything. If you have taken any education loan, please keep that in mind, the amount of loan, how much loan you have taken, then what is the difference between the loan taken and the money you are going to fund then, because many students take complete education loan. Then you can say that the studies will be completely funded through the education loan. But if you have taken half education loan or 75%, 50% of the fee, then you have to tell them that 50% of the fee you have to calculate and say that what is 50%, and the rest amount also you have to say that this is the rest amount, or this will be funded by me, because they can ask you this question. Suppose if your fee is 100 pounds, suppose 100 rupees, you have to say that 50% is loan, like 50 rupees is loan, 50 rupees is self-funded. Then they can ask you. Or if your loan is 75, you're taking 75 rupees loan, 25 left. Then they get confused and ask you, how much loan? 75, self 25. You should know the exact figures, so that you are not like calculating right there, and that's a very negative impression. You should know it, the loan amount, how much you are funding and everything. So please keep this in mind. Yeah. And the second last question to me was like about the accommodation. There are university accommodations, there are private accommodations. So I straight away told them that I am not going to apply for university accommodation. I am going to have a private accommodation. Then she may ask you, why private? Why not university? And you will live nearby, you will live at a university accommodation. Why not? You should have an answer. Like if you are not used to some crowded places, or you want to have your separate house, separate living room, separate washroom, like that. I want to live in a secluded area. That's how I like to live. And maybe university accommodation can be a bit expensive for me. It can be cheaper, like that. You have to devise your own statements or answers. So I just said that I've been looking for a private accommodation. Then they're going to ask you that how you are searching them, what are the areas you have searched nearby university, and then you have to again you shouldn't give generic answers or just natural answers. You tell them, because I told them that these are the websites on which I am looking for the accommodation, and they'll ask you, have you booked one? In my case, I hadn't booked it yet, and I did not book it that time. So I just told them that I am waiting for my cash to get. After the cash, I will finalize the properties which I am looking on the websites. Then they'll ask you the name of the websites you are going through. Then research that. Suppose I'm going to UK, so what are the websites which provide these private accommodations? So there can be Uniaco, Aber Student, Gumtree, Spare Room. I mentioned names of all the websites that I am going through, all these websites, and I'm getting an idea initially. The moment I receive my cash, I'll finalize one property or so. So give them the exact answer. She's gonna type again, and they're gonna know it. The websites, they're gonna know it, because if they are from that country, they know which websites are there for private accommodation search or house search or like that. So I give very, very researched answers. These are the websites, I'm going through it. I have not finalized it. I'm just going through them, getting the idea of the city, the houses, the rent, what are the structure, like that. So yes, do that. Don't just say, I have not seen it yet, I'm looking, like that. No, that will leave a very negative impact. Very negative impact. Then my last question was that what motivated you? Like, what are your future plans? What you want to do with this course? Where do you see yourself after this course? How this course is going to help? What are you going to do? So that is up to you, because I had so many other plans, or I have so many other plans. So either you can tell all of them, or you can just form your own answers, like I will come back to my own country, or maybe I'll try for another country. But don't show them that you have come with an aim to get a permanent settlement in that country. No, that is something I don't think so you should say. Even if your aim is like that, you just say them that I'll study, I'll gain knowledge and apply that knowledge somewhere else, maybe back in my country, or try for other countries, or maybe I'll become an entrepreneur and start my own business, or whatever course you're doing. Because I'm taking a business course, so that's what the future prospect is related to business only. So you can say that I said that I am thinking about entrepreneurship, or maybe I can go in research. That is something I'll only decide after 6 to 7 months after studying this course. So you can, but never show them that you are to settle there. That is something then they see that, okay, the student is not here for study but for settlement. So no, don't do that. So that was all about my interview. That was the only questions that I was asked. But I will also tell you other questions which other students have been asked, and or maybe I'll give you the list of questions. You can write it down. But I think that you should prepare each one of the questions which I'll tell you. That's your luck. If they have asked you, if they don't ask you that question, that's up to you. But your responsibility and it's your responsibility to actually prepare all of them. You should be prepared fully. You should prepare yourself totally. If it's asked, very good. If not asked, very good. But you should be totally ready. So now I'll give you the list of the questions, which the general questions which other students were asked, or the very common questions which are actually asked, but hope for the best.